What's up? What's up? I've been messing with this guy, that likes dumb movies. Like he likes certain Marvel movies that I don't like, and he's the one talking about he likes Ratatouille, and I couldn't remember it, and or I did a video about it. It's like if I can't remember it when I kind of seen it, it means that it wasn't good. And I asked my girl later, I was like, "Did we ever watch that Ratatouille?" And she said, "Yeah, it got boring." Oh, okay. So I was like, "That's what I went with," because I just couldn't remember it. Like I do know about the rat, pulling his hair to make him cook, or I don't know. But anyways, I keep walking past him, and I have someone with me that's seen it, and I said, "Oh, this person loves Batman v Superman," and they said that new Superman movie sucks. I'm just messing with him. The last thing I said to him, was, even though I wouldn't, but it's like one of those movies that I couldn't spoil it, even if I wanted to, because I have no idea. I have no idea what I just watched. I have no idea what I just watched, and that's how I'm being honest, But that's the thing is I couldn't really spoil that movie for you because I can't even tell you what the story was about. Because if I did, my mind tells me no, that can't be right. Because then that makes no sense, and that makes no sense, So that's why it's just like I can't even tell you what I watched because there's no story when it doesn't make sense. But anyways, so the thing is, I will say one more thing before I go into this title. That usually, like I said, when I see movies, people call me, ask me how a movie is, and so they can see if they want to go see it or blah blah. And usually it gets out from people that normally ask me, and they'll tell someone else what I thought, where they don't have to call me or something. But it's one of those movies that I don't want to talk to people about. Like, there's nothing that I don't want to explain why it sucks. I don't even want to think about the movie ever again. But the reason for this video, though, is I'm doing my prediction thing. I just like to do my prediction thing. And just to get to the point, since I've been talking, I was betting this, and I'm still betting this. I was betting this, from the trailer. But I was saying this movie's gonna make less money than Batman v Superman. Same way I was like betting with the Batman. It's gonna be making less money. Both movies, the Batman and this Superman movie, I was just like weirded out as of the reviews when it's like, you get the people coming out saying it sucked, and all that. It's like, and the people that are saying it's good, it's like, this movie's great, man, but it has some problems. Like, it's the same formula I've seen or over and over again, or let's say copy, because I don't like to use the word formula. After reviewers are trying to say for Justice League 2017, they got the formula right. They got the formula right. I just like, no, it makes me now feel like the word formula is for lame people. But yeah, like I said, I've seen this before. It's the reviewers try to act like a movie's great, but every single time it's like, man, but this movie David has some problems. It's the same thing they did for Justice League 2017. But I believe when I was trying to compare it with something, I had a hard time comparing it. Justice League 2017 is better. And that's pretty bad because I came out of that movie. It's like, what the F did I just watch? So I would rather watch Justice League 2017. And trust me, that is a really bad movie. And I explained that. It is in my Blu-ray collection. I explained that the reason for that. And that's probably the worst Blu-ray. That's probably the worst movie in my Blu-ray collection that I can think of. I'm pretty sure it is known as the worst movie in my Blu-ray collection. I explained why I have it. But I'm just making a bet that it's gonna make less than Batman v Superman. I don't really know how much Man of Steel made. I'm not really hanging on to Man of Steel. I thought Man of Steel was just okay, but the Batman, my understanding, made less than Batman v Superman, and I'm betting on this. What I'm betting is like the first week. I know there were some people like, yeah. I seen some videos like, I know these Zack Snyder fans, the people I don't even know if they exist or not, unless I search for them maybe, which I don't care to. Like, who's a Zack Snyder fan or whatever they call it, fanboy, I don't know what they call them. Because like I said, I don't know much information about them because you have to search for that crap to find people like that. They'll say that, I know they're upset that this movie made, like, people, it's not, the first week doesn't matter. It's the second week. So I have not looked at the second week. I don't care to hear about the movie or talk about the movie. It really, I have found that guy. But so I have not looked, but I'm expecting it's going to be a big flop like this one movie that was pretty awful that I watched free online off someone's app. I don't know what was it, Max, HBO Max. I don't know what it went to, but it was Fridays After Fridays or something that made $70 million on the first week. When I told someone that, it's like, are you serious? I was like, wow. So I'm betting that's all that is. And then it's going to go a big drop. So I'm betting it's going to be bigger than 50%, but my point is I'm betting it's going to make less than Batman v Superman. To beat Man of Steel, I don't really know if Man of Steel, I don't know. I did check, before, but I actually forgot because it's not important to me. It really does not matter to me. But at the same time, I want to end this with saying what I think is just, these are things that I would expect from something that bad. Because over the overhyping, I expect it to make a lot of money in its first week. But I don't expect for it to stay. But you gotta understand, I don't know how much all the Doom movies make. Those movies sucked. But it's hyped through social media. Let's say Barbie, I would expect that making $1 billion. But my understanding it did. I'm like, how is that possible? The Jurassic World movies, why? Movies that are really bad would still make $1 billion. So I still have that, what I expect logically. But at the same time, I would expect someone to be as dumb as we got now to be in office. And I kind of want to do a video about that. I kind of really do. Just one more time, it's like people, it just confuses me. And I'll say it real quick because I kind of don't want to do the video, really. But just like, I've been saying, there's like every time they're saying something now, it's like, this should have been known. Like, Trump trying to be a dictator. I knew that since 2016. Now the news is coming out like 5 years later. Trump trying to be a dictator. And then this whole thing is, I don't know one person that got into that Jeff Einstein, I think that's his name, I don't know, thing. And I'm like, and he's thinking about, what if Vin Diesel shows up on it? What if all this? Because, people, they're talking to me. And I said, dude, just stop talking, dude. Just stop. And they're ignoring the fact that who is in all the pictures and videos and the audio part, I don't pay attention to it, but I do, hear about it. And I'm like, and you're sitting there wondering, what about Leonardo? What about this? I'm like, who's in the picture? I mean, who are you, like the fact that who are you ignoring? Now they're like, see, and there was something else about it. And I'm like, You didn't know this? There was something else about Trump. I can't remember what it was, but like, you didn't know this about him? Especially when they're like, like say the audio. I mean, I don't get why social media is going crazy over this Jeff Einstein. Even if they're like saying, see, we told you. It's like, I wouldn't waste my time with that. Because if you didn't right there, all the evidence is right in front of your face and you couldn't figure that out, or you're complaining about certain things that you didn't know that was all in front of you, I don't waste my time with that. But that's what makes me feel odd out. It's just odd out for both sides talking about just Einstein. Because me, I'm like normally like, I moved on. Like, you couldn't figure that out. Hey, that's on you. I mean, don't talk to me. I got better things to do. That's how I feel about ignorance like that. But anyways, Batman v Superman is going to make more. It has made more, I bet. But I gotta say, like I said, I've seen weird things. That's the point of that. I've seen weird things that I'm like, what? But that's why I'm betting on it. But I don't really care. But I would expect this movie to have a huge drop because, and that usually proves, my mind wants to say that usually proves something. But at the same time, we've been seeing some really dumb movies make $1 billion. That's just like, are you serious? But at the same time, I don't believe it make $1 billion. I just really have that huge doubt. But like I said, I've been shocked by a dumb person getting in office that was clearly dumb. But all right, peace. Gotta go.